Hello YouTubers, Keanu Dave again, and I'm back with episode 4 of Nostalgic Years. I'm sorry that haven't really got into the 4th episode. I didn't know what to review for Nostalgic Years, but it came to my mind at one point, and then it, like with a light bulb, it just goes bing! And basically it just came up, and I decided to review something that is nostalgic. Which came out like 12 years ago, which came out in hobby stores like 12 years ago, and it was considered, and by fans it was considered to voted one of the best Hornby models Hornby has ever produced, and that of course is the Hornby Oliver. Now, as you know, why am I reviewing this? Because I believe somewhere between March or February that Buckman had finally released the Buckman Oliver model in stores, and there's already a chunk of videos of people doing reviews on the Buckman Oliver, which kind of surprises me. Now, unfortunately, I actually have like mixed opinions. Will I get the Buckman Oliver or not? And I'm just in like in between. Like maybe I should, maybe I not. But I actually don't know. I can't decide whether to get the Buckman Oliver or not. Just leave a comment below saying I should. But unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have plans to get the Buckman Oliver anytime soon, because I have plans to get Toby, Henrietta, Bill and Ben, and Douglas and Diesel. Those are the guys that I actually want on my list, and Troublesome Truck 4 and 5, Salty, 2 Salt Wagons, and two Flying Kipper Vans, and some tankers, just the usual. But I might get the Buckman Oliver at one point. Who knows? Who knows? Don't ask me when I'm gonna get it, but I will know when the time is right. I'll know when the time is right to get it. So basically, back onto the Hornby Oliver. So basically, I'm reviewing this because basically this is a special review as well, because basically that the Hornby Oliver's run as in fans' eyes is basically done now that we got the Buckman Oliver. So basically, the history of this model, it was released back in 2005, along with the, I believe, the Class 40 Bear, the Flying Scotsman just with one tender and with an added face, I believe Birdie, Ari and Bert, but strangely they had Splatter and Dodger's faces, and Stepney. Now, as you know, I actually really, before I get into the rest, and then it had like a 6-year run, like a 5.5 year, basically a 6-year run, being sold in stores, but sadly in 2010 it got discontinued, which was sadly the last ever year to have the Hornby Oliver. But I was lucky to get this model. I basically got this model back in 2005, just before the model was discontinued a year later. And it's actually quite sad to think of it, because this model is actually a really popular model. Fans consider it to be one of the best Hornby models. Like, I believe the best one as of so far is the Hornby Murdoch, which I really wish I got that model, and I regretted it, because it really looks like how Murdoch looked like in the TV series. Second best was the Hornby Spencer, because it looked way more like his real-life basics. Hornby Oliver was third place in a tie with the Hornby Stepney, and fourth place was the Class 40 and Bear. Basically, what do I think of this model? I actually really like it, because, as you know, I'm actually a huge fan of the model series, classic model series era. He's just like a mix in between his like railway series and TV series basics. Now, as you know, his model is a repaint on his like real life basics. Now he has nice detail. He's got like that weird shaped brake pipe, and he's got like a small black coupling hook at the back, and he's got like the white running board, which is why I like him, because it makes him look more like his model series counterpart than his CGI counterpart. He's got a lot of quite detail for such a fabulous model, and he's got like that small, don't know if you can see it, that small GWR logo. Yep, he's got the number 11. He's got like a little handrails on top to side. He's got like the handrail that goes around his like boiler. The face wise, he looks really accurate. Basically, his face looks really accurate to how he looked like in Season 5. But there is one nitpick I really don't like. The fact is that the handrail pipe joint is actually in his forehead, which is very strange. Like, I think it looks rather odd that having a handrail drilled into his head, like it could actually end up him having brain damage or something, even though he doesn't have blood because he's immortal. Sorry, but I believe all the Thomas characters in the show, apart from the humans, are actually immortals because they can live forever. So they don't have blood or anything. Yeah. What do I think of this model? He's a great... As I said, he looks really like his Season 5 basics. Like how he looked like in Season 5, including face-wise. Like his face looks like Season 5, so... Here's a comparison of him next to, like, the Buckman Duck. And as you can see, he really is in scale with Duck, because... In scale with Duck because of how they look like in the model series era. And basically, which is what fans complain about the Buckman Oliver, because it's far too short. It's far too small compared to the Buckman Duck and the other Thomas characters. Because Oliver was actually taller than Duck and a few of the Tank Engines. And in lengthwise, he's actually like roughly the same length as Duck. So yeah, so he actually fits this model actually fits rather well with the Buckman Duck, because considering that these two are basically a really great representation of how they look like in the classic model series era. So basically, I like his. They did a nice job on his wheels. I'm surprised. The one thing I don't like is his rear wheel is painted black, because in the show, and I believe in the books, it was painted green. Lucky Buckman corrected this and gave him a green, made his rear wheels green. So yeah. But when he moves along the tracks, he actually like waddles. For some reason, that's really quite strange, and so yeah. But overall, this is still a great model in my eyes, and I'm surely to a lot of fans, it still is a great model, and probably still one of the best Hornby models as of to date. And so basically, it had its, I believe, its big year to finally have a run on Fans Model Railways was in 2016, which was its big final year. as a fan service model. And then in 2017, its run on model railways had to come to an end in 2017 when the Buckman Oliver came out. And boy, what to say, this model has had its run as a wonderful model, and so this is its moment to shine. So later now, and I'll see you for another view. Bye.